And friends and viewers from throughout the state of Iowa watching today's match on the Iowa Public Broadcasting Network. Ready to go at 118 pounds, Rick Hartman against Perry Summit, and now the voice of Lehigh University Wrestling for 18 consecutive seasons, Larry Sheridan.
Okay, thank you, Shal. We're here at a pretty packed house in Lehigh's old snake pit, Race Hall, the campus of the university in Bethlehem, PA. Starting off at 118. On your left, immediately in on a leg, is Perry Summit, Jr., representing the Cyclones. Iowa State. And on your left, Lehigh's wrestler, Rick Hartman, sophomore from Lakewood, Ohio.
Hartman's record this season is 15-8. Perry Summit is 4-4-1 for Iowa State. He's a junior from Bloomington, Indiana. Hartman, after a 50-50 start, has managed to win his last 5 in a row to bring his record to 15-8. He is the winningest Lehigh wrestler, along with John Epperly, as we look at Thad Turner, Lehigh University's coach, along with assistant coach Tom Hutchison. Incidentally, this rivalry started back in 1961 when current head coach Thad Turner was a Lehigh senior and was also serving his second season as team captain.
Hartman in on a single, but a nice whizzer block put in there by Summit. Counters, they go back up on their feet. No advantage, nice pick of the ankle. He stepped out of bounds.
Incidentally, Larry, for trivia fans, Thad Turner won that match by a score of 7-3, and Lehigh defeated Iowa State 22-8 back then.
Fans, the Lehigh fans, of course, always get excited against the Cyclones of Iowa State. But their booing might offend the fans back in Iowa, but this is a small gym that we're in tonight, capacity of about 3,500. Maybe we had 3,000 here, and good crowd in that regard, and the noise is a little more intense. But the referee was absolutely correct on that call. As soon as Hartman's foot stepped on the line, he's out of bounds. There's the coach, Jim Gibbons, in his second season. 29-2. He's only suffered 2 losses so far. Once to Iowa last year, seeking revenge, beating them in the second go-around, and losing Oklahoma State this year.
Stay in.
Under a minute to go in the first period. We're at 118 pounds. Lehigh University against the nation's #3 ranked team by the Amateur Wrestling News, the Cyclones of Iowa State. We're at Grace Hall on the campus of Lehigh University here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Shel Siegel and Larry Sheridan bringing you the action. We hope wherever you are, you're enjoying it. 35 seconds to go in the 118 first period.
Spin around the back by Summit, but countered. No takedown. Still on their feet. Hartman make an attempt. Nice drag start by Summit, but he stopped. Coach Gibbons now telling him, keep following up and push. And he's following up, and with 15 seconds to go, gains the takedown and a 2-0 lead. Hartman trying to go inside, but may get cradled as the period ends.
Let's look at that takedown, Larry, for the 2 points coming up.
Hartman goes in, and right there, he's still on his knees, and a nice pull behind the head, snap down, spin around the back, work off a shrug here, and go around, pick up the outside ankle.
Face me, please. Second period, guys, score is 2-0.
Voice of Mark Piven, the official.
Get on.
Summit has the most modest of records for Iowa State. He's just 4-4-1. He has wrestled nowhere near as many bouts as the rest of the varsity wrestlers for Jim Gibbons.
Last year, he had a career record of 12-7 and ended up ranked 8th at 118.
Let's improve him.
And I remember watching on Iowa TV in the bout last year when Iowa State turned to tricks. This guy right here started him off with a pin against Matt Eglin of Iowa. Summit's been around. He originally started his wrestling in Northern Iowa Panthers, transferred, and is now with the Cyclones as Hartman still maintains control of that single leg, putting in a cross body ride, working, but the referee's watching that the arm isn't pulled. So he's been on top for a minute and now has a minute and 1 second time advantage. But Lehigh's wrestler is trailing, and we stop it for a stalemate.
So Hartman picked up a batch of riding time points, still trails by a score of 2-0 over the young man Perry Summit. Bloomington, Indiana, his home. Record of 4-4-1 this season. Rick Hartman trying to put together his 6th consecutive win of the season. He's 15-8 for Lehigh. Still in control.
Coming up next, freshman Epperly against Kelly, senior. Good battler, 126 coming on deck. Hartman still maintaining control with that cross body ride, but if he doesn't do much with it, it'll either be a stalemate or a stall. Puts the arm, now gets it, but he's out of control. He lost control, and a nice move by Perry Summit. Takes the exposure risk, but touches his head and gets out of the situation. But in that situation, there was a near fall and a reversal, so it's 4-2.
So all that started with a 2-point edge for Perry Summit, and he'll lead the period with the same 2-point edge. And we'll look at that reversal right now.
Well, he works on a cross body ride. He's going in for a guillotine, as they call it. It's really a cross body ride and reverse chancery. Here he pulls down on it, but he doesn't have it anchored enough, and the risk of being pinned is more the Lehigh wrestler than the Iowa wrestler and Iowa State wrestler, and he just jumped out of that nicely.
Third period coming up. Hartman trailing by 2 for Lehigh. Has a riding time edge at the moment that will be worked down by Perry Summit. Summit grabs the ankle. Continues to ride in control.
Figure 4 on a Turk ride. Works off the pinning combination. One shoulder down. The other one not less than 45. Referee indicates a 2-point near fall. But now he's got the shoulder less than 45. Look at the control of that figure 4 on that above the knee. That Turk ride will keep you and contain you, and that's a 3-point near fall. 7-2 lead for Perry Summit. At this point, 1:12 left in the last period. Again, look at the figure 4 over the knee. And that's the key. You got to get it over the knee. What that does is this pulls the hip, and turns the hip, and of course the body will follow. If you see the figure 4 over the knee of the left leg.
Only 2.
2-point near fall. As long as he keeps slipping in that figure 4 and tilting him, Coach Gibbons gives him the signal, says work off that figure 4, and you can get some more points.
Half a minute to go. 9-2 lead.
Let's go, guys.
For the Iowa State wrestler, Perry Summit.
As soon as Hartman goes out for an inside switch, he's tilted and trapped. Good control.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Be a 2-point near fall in that situation. Final score will be 11-2 and no time advantage.
And it'll be a major decision. 14 points on the board for Iowa State. So Perry Summit coming on very strong in the final period particularly. Takes the major decision. The Cyclones move out ahead by a score of 4-2 at the end of 118 pounds.